Ukrainian refugees and what's being done to help those displaced by the war. A coalition of rabbis from the U.S. and Israel recently delivering much-needed supplies to some of the nearly 3 million Ukrainian refugees that have fled into Poland. They delivered an estimated 2 tons of supplies and provided $60,000 to a Jewish center in Krakow. Rabbi Michael Cahana was a member of that group. He just returned to Oregon, and he joins us right now to talk about this trip. First of all, Rabbi Cahana, thank you for being with us. And for our viewers, many may not know exactly how large the Jewish population is among refugees. Do you happen to have those figures?
No, I don't think that's particularly known, Adrienne. But the important thing is that the Jewish community in Krakow is working with everybody who's coming across, trying to help anyone who is in need. And in fact, I would say the country of Poland has done an amazing job of taking care of the refugees who are coming through.
Yeah, faith leaders certainly do not see any discrimination, or they're not actually discriminate when they take care of these refugees. They're helping everyone, as you mentioned. What has struck you the most since traveling there to Poland?
I think the most remarkable thing for me is, as you said, there's some maybe 3.5 million people who are coming through Poland. There's not a single refugee camp. The Polish people are taking refugees into their homes. They're finding apartments, they're finding hotels, they're giving them food, they're giving them clothing, everything that they need. People are being met at the border with joy, with love, with appreciation, and they're being treated incredibly humanely. And I think that's the most important takeaway, that the focus is on finding out, what do you need, rather than what do I have to give you.
That's so good. Your congregation, I'm sure, has been very concerned. Can you just share a little bit about what people at your synagogue have asked about or said as a result of you being so involved in this mission?
My congregation has been really deeply appreciative of this experience and the ability to actually help. You know, Adrienne, today is Yom HaShoah. It's the Holocaust Memorial Day, and we remember a time not so very long ago when Jews were treated as something less than human, and were refugees in our own countries as well. And we, if we really believe in this idea of never again, it means we have to stand for those who are in need today, and we have to treat them with the humanity that we didn't receive ourselves. So the Jewish community in Poland is really stepping forward, and I think the world Jewish community is seeing in those refugees the experience that we had during the Holocaust, and wanting to do something to help right now.
Yeah, there are so many beautiful reminders in light of so much darkness and tragedy surrounding the Holocaust. Do you think that after this situation involving the war and involving so many millions of people being displaced, that this too will be a moment in history that we'll never forget?
I certainly hope we won't forget. And we have to remember that this is one of many refugee crises that we're experiencing in the world today. And it should really sensitize us to the fact that there is enormous disruption movement, and that we have to take that as a reality in our world, and not just close our borders and close our hearts, but recognize that people have gone through enormous suffering on the way to where they're trying to find refuge, and we should be among those who help to give refuge.
Rabbi Michael Cahana, thank you so much for sharing your heart and for sharing your experience in Poland. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrienne.
Still ahead, Trevor. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.